Hey guys, my name is Aaron and this is SketchUp Square One, where we take a look at the fundamentals of using SketchUp. Today we're going to look at the correlation between scenes and styles. So scenes and styles actually have their own tabs, and we've already made Square One videos on how those windows work, how you actually go through and set that stuff up. But there's a link between the two that sometimes trips up new users, and we're going to look into how they work together. So here we go, looking at scenes and styles. All right, so I have a quick little model here, just some shapes that we can move around and change how they look, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start real basic, real simple. We're just going to go in here and create a scene. Nothing we haven't talked about before. I'm going to go over to scenes, and I'm just going to, let's see, make this a little bit bigger. You'll see I do have, in the scenes window, I do have the bottom expanded out, so I have these extra check marks. And we've talked about this before. This is what the scene will save. So I'm going to go ahead and just, with everything checked, I'm just going to hit plus, create a first scene. Okay, so this means as I move around, as I zoom in, as I turn visibility on and off, I change tags, I change styles, shadows, whatever. If I ever double click on scene one, it's going to go back to looking just like this. Now, the one thing specifically we're going to mention, and I'm not going to change it, I just want to call it out, is this style and fog down here. See this? This right here is selected. That means as we create a scene, it is going to copy, basically maintain or save this style as being present on the screen during that. So let's go do something here. I'm going to flip around the other side, so we're looking from the opposite side like this. Looks good. And I'm going to go change my style. Let's go to, let's see some sketchy edges. And let's grab this one right here. All right, so this brush strokes is the name of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm just going to go hit plus, and I'm going to get a scene 2. Now, that scene 2 saved camera, hidden geometry, blah, blah, all this stuff, and style. So as I click between scene 1 and scene 2, you see it's going to jump around the other side, and it's going to change to this all white style with brush strokes. Awesome. That's good. That's simple. This is like, this is baseline. This is everything's functioning as it should. Okay, so now let's mess with some stuff. If I click home right now, it's going to show me what styles are currently saved in my whole model. So I have this first one, which is the one I haven't seen one. That's the standard default template style, simple style. And then I have this brush stroke style. So I'm going to say what I want right now is a third style. I want that style to be like brush strokes, but a little bit different. So I'm going to, just so I can see it visually, I'm going to go ahead and rotate a little bit. Maybe we'll zoom a little bit, pan. Okay, so this is the view I want, but I want to save this look, but I want a couple things. I want to see where the skyline is. So I'm going to go into Edit. I'm going to go to this third button right here, and that's going to allow me to turn on the sky. So I can see where the sky is. Okay, cool. So I'm going to kind of go like that so I see the sky intersecting my geometry. That looks good. And then I don't like these all white faces. I want to actually see my materials that are in there. So I'm going to go to View, Face Style, and change that to Shaded with Textures. Okay, there we go. So now we have the shading on my white forms. Sumele's back full color. Looks good. This is a new scene I want to save. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hit plus. Now, this warning screen. This warning screen pops up, and there's two reactions you can have to this. One is to panic because you just made a warning come up. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be scared. Don't be scared of this warning. It's not going to hurt you. The other thing you can do is just click through it and ignore it. I'm not a fan of that one either. If I'm going to click on something, I really like knowing what I'm clicking on. So this is kind of the crux of the whole video we're looking at right now. Now, I have a couple options here. I know I want to create this scene. I know I want to create this look, but that means saving an updated style type. So right here, if you look at your style right now, see how it's got this little kind of refresh icon over the preview? That's telling me that I have made changes to the style that differ from what the actual properties of the original style are. So if I go back out here, well, I can't actually go back out here next, I'm in this warning message, but this is telling me I have brush strokes. This is basically an alternate version of the brush stroke style. So what this window right here is saying is, okay, we're going to create this new scene for you, but we got to figure out what to do with this style because we're kind of making new stuff up now here. So there's an option to don't do anything. We're not going to do that. We're going to look at these two right here. Update selected style and save as new style. If we turn on update selected style and hit create scene, that is going to take the changes we've made in here, both to the colors and the sky, and it's going to make that part of the brushstroke style. Now that's not ideal. The reason it's not ideal is when we save scene 2, we saved scene 2 with the default brushstroke style. So that means if I hit create scene right now, it's going to update this, but it's also going to change the way scene number 2 looks. If I hit save as new style, what it will do is it will take this modified version of brushstrokes and save it as a brand new style, which will then be saved into this new scene. That's what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and click create scene. Now I have 3 scenes. If I go back to select, we go back to home, I now have 3 different styles saved in this model. So I have the simple style that I started with. Over here, I have that brushstroke style that I clicked on. And then here in the middle, I have brushstrokes 1. So that's what it named it. When I hit create new, it just appended a number onto it. If I don't like that, I can come here and say, with color or something like that. So I can change that name if I want to. And that'll update. So right now that means as I go through my scenes, if I go to scene 1, here we go, back to see that style there. Scene 2, going to jump over the brush strokes style, and then scene 3 is going to highlight that new brush strokes style we created. So it is perfectly okay to go in and make changes to your styles as you go through here. Just know that when you create the scene, you are going to have to save that as new style. I could actually cut that off too. So if I wanted to do something like, I don't know, I'm going to go to some weird view. Okay, we're going to the opposite side over here. And then let's say I want to use most of what's in my simplified, except I want to come in here and change my sky to a green color like that. And we'll change the background too, just so this is totally garish and really offends. All right, so that's the look I want to keep. So what do I do here? Well, I could come through and update, but again, update is going to update what's in scene 1. I could come in here and create a new style, or if I'm okay with just doing it on the fly, hitting update and then saying yes, create scene and save as new style will automatically create that style for me and then also save it as part of that scene. So I'm kind of hoping that demystified that little warning box that comes up. A lot of people see that, like I said, if you're brand new, you get worried that you did something wrong when you clicked new scene. If you're kind of one that just kind of cruises over messages when they pop up, you might just be creating new scenes or new styles without even thinking about it, and that's fine. But it is important that you know what it is and why you're doing it, and also know that it's a shortcut to creating new styles. So you can go through and manually check your styles, make your styles, that's fine. Most people don't have a problem creating them on the fly because, not a whole lot of styles get created, and they're not monstrous pieces of your model that take up a bunch of space. But you can save time by just clicking that create new style when you create a new scene. If you like that video, go ahead and click like down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to SketchUp on YouTube. We create a lot of videos around here, and you'll be notified of each and every one of them if you subscribe. Most importantly, though, please leave us a comment down below. Have you run into this before? Did you ever wonder what that message meant? We like making these videos a lot, but we like them even more when they're showing something you want to see. Thank you.